Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome you to another installment of Madden Ultimate Team. There's been a lot of talk leading up to this matchup, and it's finally here. But can it live up to all the hype?
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And here comes Diggs. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Throwing on first down is Lance. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Now a play fake. Lance hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Play action, now it's Lance. Going deep for Diggs. He's got a man, complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Stephon Diggs, 73 yards. And the Bears on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. 2nd and 10. Wilson. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. First carry for the 5-time Pro Bowler, LaDainian Tomlinson. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Now Tomlinson on the handoff. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. From the gun, they give to Tomlinson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he will have a Patriots first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now Wilson on first down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and he told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
But enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Watch the slant.
On the handoff, here's Tomlinson. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis. Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
And some pretty fancy footwork that time. Able to spin forward, and they're going to give him 4 yards on the play. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Lance to throw it. Man open. That's Jamar Chase complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And he's got room. Touchdown, Chicago. Jamar Chase, 52 yards, and the Bears will extend their lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it solid because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Patriots with the football here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Open man is Higgins. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Tano passing in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Fielded at the 33. Diggs with a good footwork. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the... Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
On second down, here's Barkley. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They go play action now. Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
That was earning a first down the hard way. You want your quarterback to be a scrapper, but you also want to keep him upright. He paid for that first down by taking a big-time hit.
Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A give to Barkley out of the gun. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now it's Wilson. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And this is caught. A beautiful fake. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a first down. Here's Wilson. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. Touchdown! T. Higgins. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Patriots are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, They know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. On first down, Lance. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's Lance. And his throw is incomplete. Devin Hester, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 19. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time, because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. New England on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. A 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Throwing now is Lance. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Wilson. Finding room at the 30. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, but it's going to be 2nd down. Wilson to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first. Throwing now is Wilson. This pass complete to Higgins. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes Diggs. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now, so you're not protecting a lead, so you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again, so maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And Lance going to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
The finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
One last shot for Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.